Today I fucked up looking after a drunk friend, NSFW. So this actually happened today. Well, tonight, I mean. I've just gotten out of scrubbing myself in the shower and am ready to talk about tonight's efforts. So I went out for dinner alone tonight. I figured that I could go catch a set of my friend's band playing and have dinner and a few quiet drinks. Once out, I run into two female friends who were on the sauce. I had a few mojitos, they had a good dozen shots each. We're having a good night. I decide to head further uptown with them as they're keen for the dancing and my buddy DJs at the club they were wanting to go to. Once we start walking though, things change. All of a sudden, one of the girls, let's call her Amy, has all the alcohol hit her. She's barely able to stand. I end up giving her a piggyback ride the 3 or so blocks to the cab rank. You'd think her friend she went out with, we'll call her Mary, would see this and want to put her in a cab, right? Nope, she's been getting more and more pissed that I've been paying attention just to Amy and wants Amy to just go to the clubs with her. Straight away. Not after she's had a few minutes rest. Right now. Luckily, we're at the cab rank at this point. Mary storms off to go clubbing by herself, leaving me with an Amy that can't even stand up straight. I get her in the cab and get in after her, ignoring all the glares and catcalls I'm getting from everyone around that think I'm going to take her home and molest her. Welcome to Australia, where if you're an ugly guy with a drunk girl, everyone immediately assumes you're about to take advantage of her. As soon as the cab takes off, she falls asleep on my shoulder. Excellent, I think. This should be easy. I'll get her to her house, then her boyfriend can look after her and I'll head back out. Within 30 seconds, she starts throwing up in her sleep. All over the cab, all over me, in my hair, in my mouth. The cabbie is justifiably furious. I hand him the cleaning fee of $150 he is demanding in order to keep driving. Then when we finally get to her house he kicks us out, not before demanding another $50 for the fare, even though the meter said it was a $12.70 fare. Amy jumps out and flops face down into the dirt before I can even get out of my side of the car. Then she starts puking again. As I'm desperately trying to get her onto her side and keep her airways clear, she starts yelling at me to get her shoes off because she can't walk with them on. Which is when her boyfriend, that I've never met, opens the door and comes downstairs to see me hunched over his paralytic girlfriend, trying to take her shoes off while she's kicking and screaming to get them off so she can go inside. Luckily this guy takes a few seconds, realizes what's going on and understands I'm not trying to assault his girlfriend and gets me to help carry her inside and get her into the bathtub. At this point I'm still wearing his girlfriend's vomit like the world's shittiest brand of beard oil, but once she's in the bathroom, I'm out on the street. Dude does not want me around, which I suppose is fair enough. I mean, if a strange man showed up on the doorstep with my drunk girlfriend I'd be pretty pissed about the situation too. But either way, I'm now out on the street, covered in vomit and in a strange part of town that I don't know. After wandering around lost for 20 minutes, I finally found a lift home and got a well-deserved shower. And now I'm finishing typing this story up for all you fine folks. Too long didn't read, helped a drunk friend, got treated like a date rapist, had to pay cleaning fees after she vomited all over the cab and myself, got turfed out in the middle of the night in a strange part of town still covered in said vomit. Edit, wow, I did not expect this to blow up like this. I'm at work at the moment, but I'll read what everyone has said when I get home tonight. But if I could ask everyone to do one small favor for me, it's go and do something nice for someone today please. Betting nice feels good. Smile? Second edit, thank you for the gold, kind strangers. Third edit, now that I'm home I can actually read through the thread and wow, there's a lot here. For all those who have given kind words, thank you so much, it's super appreciated. For everyone asking why I posted the story, it was really only because I've read so many stories on here that have made me laugh, shocked me or made me feel for the people writing them. I honestly just hoped that maybe 1 or 2 people might have gotten a little chuckle out of it before it got deleted by the mods / faded into Reddit history. It certainly wasn't to big up myself or try to shame anyone. It has been interesting to read all the different responses here though. And for the people who wanted to know how the vomit got in my mouth, that was when we were in the cab sitting next to each other. She put her hand over her mouth while vomiting and some of it squeezed out the side, right onto my face as I was apologizing to the taxi driver. Absolutely a fluke shot. I guess if Dude Perfect ever want to do vomit videos she could get a job with them, haha. For the people asking about Lyft/Uber, for the most part in Australia they are only in the capital cities. I live in a regional town in Queensland of about 60,000 people. Neither of those companies are expanding here anytime soon, unfortunately. I spoke to both the girls briefly today and they're certainly feeling more than a little embarrassed and hungover. Amy has offered to transfer what she can now and will pay me back the rest on Thursday when she's paid. She's a good egg. Sorry to lock the post from my favorite community, but it is now just a slur of names being thrown in the comments now. Please enjoy this post in its spectacular view-only mode. Carrot shy for prayer. Hey man, here's some advice. I've been in this situation a million times and this is the best way to deal with it. Take the drunk person's phone, ring, depending on the situation I guess, their BF, GF, mom, dad, brother, whatever. For me it was mostly a BF or dad. Tell that person on the phone where drunk person is, wait till they arrive and then clap your hands of the situation. I've done this more times than I can count. For people I don't even know, because of that shit feeling you just don't want to leave someone drunk and alone in the street. But yeah, this is a good way to 1. Help them without making it your problem, and 2. Not feel like a shit person, haha. Edit, also telling the person on the phone this line, I barely know them, I just want to help, will make sure they come lol. One time some really good dudes found a buddy of mine passed out in the sidewalk, used his limp thumb to unlock his phone, saw I was the last person he called me, waited with him and snapped a couple photos on his phone with his passed out body while they waited, then shook my hand and said peace once I arrived. That was awesome. Later ran into one of them and bought him a beer. All you wanted was a chill night out and that's what you got. What a fucking nightmare. Hopefully she pays you back for saving her ass. Being a good friend is one thing. Paying $200 out of your own pocket is another. Contact her and tell her what happened. She owes you big time. She seriously owes you. I'm hoping to get the cleaning fee back tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Today I fucked up by enraging the parents of my girlfriend by pretending not to know what a potato is. Let me tell you that I have made a bad mistake this evening. My girlfriend, who let me tell you is only my second girlfriend of all time, said I am invited to dinner with her and her parents. I was very aghast, nervous, and bashful to be invited to such a situation. But I knew it must be done. I met them nicely, I should tell you, and it started off in a good way. The idea slapped my mind that I should do a comic bit, to make a good impression and become known to them as a person who is amusing. When I saw that baked potatoes were served, I got the idea that it would be very good if I pretended I did not know what potatoes was. That would be funny. Well, let me tell you, backfired on my face. I'll tell you how. So first, when the potato became on my plate, I acted very interesting. I showed an expression on my face so as to seem that I was confused, astounded, but in a restrained way, curious, and interested. They did notice, and seemed confused, but did not remark. So I asked, "This looks very interesting. What is this?" They stared at me and the mother said, "It's a baked potato." And I was saying, "Oh, interesting, a baked. What is it again?" And she was like, "A potato. Dot." And I was like, "A potato, oh interesting. Never heard of a potato, looks pretty good. Dot." And then they didn't see I was clowning, but thought I really did not know what is a potato. So I knew I would be very shamed, humiliated, depressed, and disgusted if I admitted to making a bad joke. So what I did was to act as if it was not a joke, but I committed to the act of pretending I didn't know what a potato is. They asked me, very incredulous, did I really not know what a potato is? That I never heard of a potato. I went with it and told them, yes, I did not ever even hear of a potato. Not only had I never eaten a potato, I had never heard the word potato. This went on for a bit and my girlfriend was acting very confused and embarrassed by my fucked up antics, And then the more insistent I was about not knowing what a potato is was when them parents starting thinking I did know what a potato was. Well, let me tell you, I had to commit 100% at this point. When I would not admit to knowing what a potato was, the father especially began to get annoyed. At one point he said something like, "Enough is enough. You're fucking with us. Admit it." And I said, "Sir, before today I never heard of a potato. I still don't know what a potato is, other than some kind of food. I don't know what to tell you." Well, let me tell you, he got very annoyed. I decided to take a bite of the potato, and when I did I made a high-pitched noise and said, "Tastes very strange." That is when the father started yelling at me, and the mother kept saying, "What are you doing?" And my girlfriend went to some other room. Finally the father said I should get the fuck out of his house, and I said it was irrational to treat me like this just because I never heard of a potato before. Well, let me tell you, he didn't take that kindly. Now in text messages I have been telling my girlfriend I really don't know what a potato is. The only way I can ever get out of this is for them to buy that I don't know what a potato is. I wish I never started it, but I can't go back. I think she will break up with me anyway. Invite your girlfriend to meet your parents. Have your father take her aside and ask if potatoes were served at the dinner with her parents. When she says yes, he looks alarmed, mutters something about wanting to keep them from him, and never mentions the subject again. When confronted about this horrible joke, insist it never happened with the same level of commitment. Maybe they will just think you have a brain disorder. At this point, this is the best idea. Send them a bouquet of potatoes as an apology. This is some straight up Costanza shit. Never go full potato. Today I fucked up by losing weight and hanging out the washing. So this actually happened maybe 10 minutes ago. Bit of context. My neighbors are extreme curtain twitchers. Our back gardens are currently open to each other since a fence blew down, and neither of us has the money to replace it just yet. I'm a big guy, about 6'1", 186 centimeters, and I've been heavy for some time, but when the scales touched 25 stone, 350 pounds, 160 kilograms, I figured it was time to do something. So I've been eating better and losing some weight. I haven't lost much, but it's enough to make my clothes waistbands irritatingly unable to stay put. Today I'm lounging in some loose comfortable pants, soft material made for lounging or sleeping, decorated with Danger Mouse for anyone who cares, which are quite old with little elastic left in the waist. The wife is out with the kids and I'm getting on with some work. I've already had a strange interaction with next door neighbor, check it out over on Choosing Beggars if you like. This being Britain, the sun quickly disappears and I hear the rain begin. Oh no, I think the washing is out on the line, and if it gets wet again I won't hear the end of it. So I head out and go to bring in the washing. I reach up for the first piece and my slightly smaller than usual waist betrays me. My arms are in the air unclipping pegs and my pants slide down. Now the unfortunate side is that I am also blessed with an ass and hips unable to keep pants up. Thanks ma'am. I can't stop them without dropping washing on the now wet ground. You guessed it, those soft comfy pants are now heading for my knees, taking my also loose boxer shorts with them. My package is now floating free and easy in the late summer breeze. I rapidly fold up the item of clothing and shove it in the bag, and go to yank my pants up, when I suddenly lock eyes with my neighbor. She's there at her window, twitching aside her blinds, ogling my junk. Might have only been a fraction of a second, but it felt like hours we looked at each other through that window for. Now this woman is in her 60s and lives next door with her son, both of whom I'm fairly sure have learning disabilities. We've had several strange interactions with them over the years, but I think her viewing my cold shriveled pecker dangling in her window is possibly the worst. I'm sure the wife will howl with laughter when I tell her. Too long didn't read. Lost weight recently causing my pants to fall down while collecting hung washing, exposing myself to a nosy neighbor. Edited to fix an autocorrect. Update, well this seems to have entertained far more people than I was expecting. Thanks for the silvers. I find it amusing my first awards are for public indecency. Just happy I could brighten so many people's day. I tried to reply to as many as I could, but it's bedtime now. For those who are wondering, the wife laughed just as I suspected she would. Many thanks for all the kind words for the weight loss, and the pointers to the belts. Not that they go with lounge pants, but work trousers or jeans are just as disobedient right now. Finally, I'm sorry I can't tell you where to get Danger Mouse pants these days. I bought mine from Asda, UK version of Walmart, around 4 or 5 years ago and haven't seen them anywhere since. Enjoy some unsolicited advice. They sell these belts that look like a woven leather belt but are bungee cord material. They are lifesavers if you are trying to lose weight and don't want to buy intermediate pants. You didn't choose to drop your pants. She chose to look. Own it. Pressure's on her. I got confused when I misread the title. I thought you had lost weight by putting the washing out. I questioned how much washing you would actually get through on a regular basis to lose so much weight. I wish I could lose weight that way. With the amount of washing my kids go through, I'd have been slim several years ago. Should have gone for the power move and started windmilling as soon as your eyes locked, smiley face. If only the cold air hadn't had its effect. Sad to say it wouldn't have been much of a windmill, more like one of the handheld battery fans. With no charge left? That's hysterical. Looks like it's time to buy some smaller pants. Gonna hold off until I've lost a bit more. It's still early days yet.